Hello, we are live. I just closed down. Hopefully you all have seen that I have transferred everything over. I am now on my handheld phone to make sure you all can hear me. I'm going to turn the volume on all the way. I'm going to wait to see if somebody pops in before I start talking, because apparently I was talking a ton. Okay, somebody is here. Please say hello and let me know if you can hear me this time. This is the problem with trying new technology. I'm just not good at this stuff. So let me know if you can hear me and see me, so I can make sure I don't talk with no sound again for another 5-10 minutes. Yeah, oh wow. We are already 6-7 minutes into this, and okay. Yay, Jamie can hear me. Okay, good. Welcome everybody to our Childproof Parenting back to school boot camp. And obviously not all of you have kids going back to school, but this is a parenting boot camp for all parents. It just so happens that here in the States, a lot of families have kids going back to school. So as I had talked out loud to myself and nobody could hear me, we have almost 300 people in our boot camp, and people are coming to boot camp from all over the world. As you probably noticed, there's a lot of people from the Seattle area. That's where I practice and I speak a lot, and that's where my influence is. But I also have a ton of people from Canada and UK, and I think somebody this morning said Sweden, Mexico City, Egypt. So I think it's super cool that we get to come together and work on some of these tools and strategies together. And a lot of this is just building an awareness around how we parent our kids. So thank you for being here and setting aside this time, because I know, based on everything that I've just seen on our group on Facebook today, people are busy, lots of kids, there's a lot to do. And I love that so many of you have made the choice to set aside time. So yay, Charlene can see me, Jamie can see me, and hopefully everybody else will be able to find this other Facebook Live. So I wanted to jump in today and just spend a few minutes on self-care. And I know you probably weren't expecting this on day one. Most people are ready for discipline, ready to deal with the tantrums, ready to deal with the power struggles. And I think that is a really important piece of your parenting, but equally or more important is focusing on you, focusing on how you show up, whether you have energy to parent your kids, because all the things that we're going to talk about are going to be no good unless you are cared for first. And I love how many of you jumped in. Susan and Angela and Charlene and Anna and Anne and Priscilla, all of you are jumping in and sharing these fabulous ideas and making this commitment. And those of you that are on the Facebook group and not posting are unfortunately less likely to meet your goals. So if you share your goal out loud or on paper or over the internet, you're more likely to actually meet these goals. And as you've probably already noticed, I would love for you to drill down the specifics of what you're going to be doing. So it's great to say, I want to exercise every day. But if you don't say when you're going to do it, or how you're going to do it, or what needs to take place that will allow you to do it, it's not going to happen, right? We all know that. So I'd love if you're here with me just to quickly jump in and throw out some of the things that you said you were going to do, and let me know if you want any support around how to meet those goals, how to enable your day to allow for you to get these things done, because we're adding things in, and ideally, you know, we want to cut things out to add things in, but I think what you'll notice is if you add in that 5 or 10 minutes a day, it will make a huge difference. So let's see if I can see. Amber just joined us. Hi, Amber. So glad you're here with us. Jamie found us. Charlene found us. So today's topic, as I was mentioning, is self-care, and that has to come first. And I know many of us, and including myself, felt like self-care could go by the wayside for a little while because my kids are more important. And the reality is, if we are not taking care of ourselves, we're not going to be a whole lot of good to our kids. And I think in the first email, hopefully you all got the first email. I know a few of you haven't been able to find it. And if that's the case, please email me and I'll make sure you get a copy. I suggest checking in your junk box and your promotions box because sometimes they end up there. But I talked about in this email how it's a little bit like being on the airplane. When there's emergency, they don't tell you to put your child's air mask on first, right? They tell you to put yours on first, because if you're not taken care of, if you pass out, you're not going to be any good to that child. And that is the same case in our day-to-day lives with our kids. And I think, was it Shakita? Somebody had mentioned in the group that they were basically worn down. They had 3 kids, and one of them was an 18-month-old, they had an 11-year-old and a 16-year-old, I believe. And basically it was like breakdown time. And unfortunately for many of us, it has to get to breakdown time to realize how important this is. So would love to hear some of the questions you have. And if you have questions about what's coming this week, I'm happy to chat with you as well. But I wanted to make sure that if you wanted some coaching around what your self-care is, that I was here to answer it for you. So these are opportunities for not only me to respond to your questions, but also for everybody else to hear the response, because most of you probably have a similar question. And I think just seeing what other people are posting and questions they're answering, they're gonna benefit. So please don't feel like you shouldn't be asking things. There are no silly questions. My job is to be here and coach you and help you be as successful as possible. We only have 5 days together, and I kept it to 5 days because longer than that, it's really hard to keep a commitment. So I really wanted you to be focused. We're gonna cover a lot of ground this week. A lot of ground, and my intention isn't that you master all of this, but that you pick up little nuggets throughout the week, little pieces. And even at the end of the week, if all you did was add some self-care in and you didn't do anything else, I would say this would be a success. So small little things. The goal isn't to be perfect. It's just to try some things out. It's to get support, not just from me, but all of the parents in the group as well. So I want to make sure everybody feels supported, that you're getting ideas. I saw people jumping in already. Somebody had asked for, I think it was online yoga videos or something on YouTube, and a bunch of people jumped in, which I think is fabulous. So I want you to know that this is a community that is here to support you through this process, and you're only going to get as much out of it as you put into it. So if you show up and you are present and you are engaged, you're going to see change happen. And everybody's gonna benefit from your success, not just you, but your kids, your partner, those people you work with. So being mindful that this self-care affects everything in your life. And it is usually the first thing that goes out the door when things get busy. And I want to note that self-care doesn't have to be a commitment that you make every single day. It can be something that doesn't take any time. It can be as little as putting a nice smelling lotion on your hands when you get in the car. It can be small little things that fuel you, that make you feel good, that help you show up in being as confident as you possibly can. So I want you to think really small. And people were going big this morning. Somebody said they're waking up every morning and doing yoga, or every morning and running. And I think those are all awesome goals, but I really want you to be realistic as well. So even if it's, I'm gonna drink 1 glass of water a day, that's great. You don't have to drink 8 glasses of water every single day. We need to make small incremental changes, and that will lead to greater change. So I've seen a bunch of people joining, but I haven't seen any questions or feedback. I just want you to know that I am totally open to feedback during this process. So if you're not getting something that you think would be helpful to you or the group, please call me out. So I'm gonna try to be as present as possible. Obviously, people come on and off Facebook at different times of the day, but I'm gonna be really intentional about logging in and responding to everybody that posts. Obviously, I have my own children in my own life, so it's not gonna be 24/7, but I'm going to make sure I am available to you and that you get a response from me as soon as humanly possible. All right, so I see Summer joined us and Randy's here today as well. Welcome. So excited that you guys are in boot camp. There are several of you that I know very well, so I'm excited to see some old faces and meet new people as well. So I'm gonna just leave this open for one more minute and make sure I'm here to answer questions, provide ideas, give feedback, and whatever you might possibly need in this moment. I'm trying to look at all of your comments and see who's here to make sure I'm meeting your needs. Okay, so I do also want to let you know that tomorrow you're going to get another email, and I'm intentionally going to be sending these emails early. I think I'm sending them at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's going to show up here in the Pacific Northwest at 3 a.m. Obviously, that's, I don't expect you to get up and read your emails at 3 a.m., but I want to make sure everybody across at least our own country can read the emails before they start their day. And I realize many of you are on the other side of the world. I've planned our Facebook Lives at different times of the day because some of you are probably fast asleep right now in the other part of the world. So I have some scheduled for the evening as well. So if there is a time that works best for you, I'm going to be able to switch things around. And that's why I didn't announce every day what time the Facebook Lives are at, because I want to have some flexibility to change as well. So if mornings are great, remember I'm doing Pacific Standard Time. Let me know in Pacific Standard Time what times of the day work best for you so I can make some changes. Every time I run one of these boot camps, it's different for everybody. So I want to make sure that this group is getting what they need and has the opportunity to show up and interact with me and everybody else here over Facebook Live. All right, well, welcome to all of you today to boot camp. I'm really excited to meet and get to know all of you. We're slowly going to have people trickling in to the group. As I mentioned, there's almost 300 people signed up for boot camp, and you're not seeing all of them on Facebook yet, but I'm encouraging them to join us because I think having this interaction is really valuable. And just seeing everything that people's posted so far is super inspiring to me. So thank you. Oh, okay. So Summer said, excited to maintain the 5-day commitment. Looking forward to learning new skills. Awesome. I'm excited to hear your feedback, Summer, and what's going well for you and what's not working. So we're also going to discover things that don't work for us, and that's okay. That's just as valuable as figuring out what does work. So acknowledge we're all in process. We're figuring this out. We're not going to be perfect parents by the end of this week. I by no means am a perfect parent, and my children would love to throw me under the bus and tell you all the times that I screw up. But we're working on this together because we're in this together. This isn't about judgment and doing it right and being super mom. It's just being the best parent possible for our kids. So thank you all for joining me in this adventure this week. And I look forward to hearing more from you and learning more from you and hopefully being able to connect some of you so that way you feel like you have a support system in place. All right, I'm gonna sign off here. I may try to play around with the technology I was using that clearly didn't work because you couldn't hear me. So if you see me popping in and out, just ignore it. I will let you know tomorrow what time our Facebook Live is. You're gonna have more questions, and it's perfectly fine if things come up from today and you wanna bring them up tomorrow, great, because we have a whole new topic tomorrow. So I'm going to sign off. Best of luck to all of you. I'm already working on my personal self-care. I have put in place getting up from my computer every 2 hours. That's my self-care. That's pretty pitiful. But I want to be here with you. I'm getting up every 2 hours and playing with my puppy or taking her for a walk. So I'm making sure that I do that, and I'm kind of forced into this because she won't be very happy and she's hungry, and I definitely don't want to make her make a mess. So I'm working on it. I want to hear what you guys are up to, and I look forward to seeing more of you in our Facebook group, and I'll see you tomorrow on Facebook Live. Thanks you guys for joining us. Bye.